We welcome you all to the Engineers Day celebration on this auspicious occasion as we honor the 163rd birth anniversary of Bharat Ratna Sir M. Visvesvaraya.
September 15 is celebrated as National Engineers Day in honor of Sir M.V., an outstanding engineer and visionary, made immense contribution to build a modern India.
Every year we conduct certain days at BMSIT campus and we keep the tradition going on year on year. Thanks to the motivation of the powers that be at different points of time which have really led us, Engineer Day is no different. It is one such. Engineer Kiran Pujari sir is the Chief Technology Officer, some people of him, founding member of Simple Energy. It's an electrical vehicle startup which is focused on building high performance, affordable electric scooters. Driven by the passion for electric mobility, the company sees the complete product development and drives the advanced technology. And under his leadership, the company has designed the Simple 1 and Dot 1 e-scooter. This offers a very impressive range, 212 and 151 kilometer range. Sir, I am truly blessed if I can have one. I do that sometimes. Smart features are available in it. Efficient in-house technology is being adopted. Sir also emphasizes on innovation and local manufacturing to ensure, this is something very important, the company's product remain competitive in the growing EV market. So we are in a very salubrious environment at BMSIT&M. Thanks to the Department of Civil Engineering, year on year, you have set certain benchmarks, the latest being your own labs with a NABL accreditation and showing the way forward for others in conducting this type of a very glamorous function. Thank you once again.
I think it's a special day for me because I expected that I see a student here, but surprisingly that I see all the faculties because I'm just 28. I recently passed out about 5 years back, so I expected that I'll be a testing student, so that my speech planning was completely different. But I see that all of faculties. I think I'm super happy at this moment because I don't have anything to speak. You are very much senior to me. I think I had a few words which I want to address to the students specifically, which I see at this point of time, everyone finishes the engineering, but the main problem is because I personally faced, because what I study in my engineering is not at all I do anything as of today. I'm a pure mechanical engineer. At this point of time, I drive complete technology. I take care of software, I take care of mechanicals, electrical, electronics, even the motor development, each and everything. Not civil anyways, because in our company we have all the engineering domain other than the civil. So I think partially I might have contributed in our development. Basically we had a factory which is about 2 lakh square feet, and office is about 1 lakh, and the lab in Dodpana is about 50,000 square feet area, wherever my contribution was slightly on the interiors and all those things, very much on the civil side, but nothing much I do anything on that. One thing which I've been working with a couple of colleges as well. I know Chanakya University, I know JSS as well, I've been there. I closely work with them. One thing what I've seen their thought process about changing the engineering scope in terms of what we do. Typically, I study and we do. I have a huge honor to that. But what we study and what we go into the industry is completely different. And what I say to the faculty is when I meet, because I recently been to my college as well. I studied in CMRT Bangalore. I've been there. I told my faculty, because in our college civil engineering is not there now and mechanical is also not there. But I think last batch still there. I can meet my mentor. I was able to meet him and I spoke to him. So I was telling him that the trend has changed now. What the core engineering is slightly more towards the colleges incorporated AI, data science and all those things. I think in BMSIT, you guys also have the change in the syllabus or the courses, I believe. So what the gap, what we had from my studies, now there is a slightly change. But what I strongly suggest that we have to adapt to the new tech what the industry is focusing upon. Generally, we say you're all engineers, but typically what I've seen in the past, I don't see an engineer typically because engineer in the sense we have to innovate something really, right? But I don't see that people are just making 9 to 5 years of job where they just. I think there's nothing innovation in that what I see so far. Even when I take an interview or when we hire a student, GT or something like that, right? It's quite tough for us to find the right candidate or right person there. The main problem is like what studied in engineering, they will not do anything. If they come to the industry, it's totally different at this point of time. The main problem what I foresee the projects. So whenever we look for an individual, we just look at the projects as well. And I see, I've been to Srishti event, I think I've met some BMSIT students as well from EC department. Like what I've seen, the most of I like the project. They were working on UAV related project. So I really like that project. But I've seen that project back in 2018 when I was part of Srishti event back then. So I told them it's been like 6 years, almost 6 years, and you're still on the same project. So nowadays, like what project we do will also literally matter for us when we hire any candidate, because we see like college is not a barrier for us, but we see what kind of projects they do. There is a lot of gap, still gap, because like when I started 2014, I joined engineering. At that time, I see a same project. 2018, I saw the same project. 2024, I see a same project. Literally, like each and every project is like pretty much remained same. And there were few projects on EV. I really liked. I went and asked them a few questions. They were not able to answer anything. I asked them like, typically like, why did you do this project? Because you spend a lot of money, right? You have to they're bringing items from China and they're just assembling it here, which literally doesn't make any sense on building such project. I mean, pass for the exam, right? But like, what about later boards? Like you have to get a job wherever you go. So I think like college has to start the stepping stone to transform to an industrialization where we closely work with the industries. I see there are incubation center. I'm really not aware of like, do we have an incubation center here or any college COE or something like that? But I see a couple of colleges has that. If you need any support, I do have industry connects. Like there are certain companies they do a COE or incubation center deployment here. So they're doing it at JSS. They have done it in JSS. They are doing it now in Chanakya University. Chanakya University is all. A couple of guys are my seniors who are in the management or in the core team. So that's where like I know them very closely. So if you want to, or if you need any like sort of E2 COE or incubation center, I know few guys who invest there and they set up the incubation center, but not for civil engineering. I'm very sorry, but it's for automotive related lot of things like from CAD engineering to pretty much like even simulation and all those things it comes. And I think like all the department faculties are here. So basically like this is mechanical engineers stay there in the BMSIT. Okay. So yeah, the typical question which comes up like I being a mechanical engineer, last time when I was in JSS they asked us like what mechanical engineer has to do at this point of time, right? So like people are still stuck in CAD engineering or simulation or probably a few fluid dynamics and things which they're not moving to a next step, but they might have been to some CAD engineering courses. They do engineering courses, they just like pay about 60K, they'll get they'll train you, they're not telling engineering basics to it, where they get the certificate, when they try to search for a job they'll never get it. So and now the trend has completely changed. If you look at control systems, which was I think we had a slightly optional subject. I didn't pick it up when I was in engineering because quite tough. I don't want to do all these things. But at this point of time, I think EC people will be doing that. Control system is quite important, and even mechanical engineer can do. I think that a mechanical engineer, if they learn MATLAB, they can do a fantastic job because almost all the things have been moved from simple programmings to the control-based programmings or model-based designs. I think like for a mechanical engineer or if you want to guide your faculty can guide your student or something like that, I strongly suggest them learning MATLAB because In our company, like when we hire any individual, we compulsorily ask them whether they know MATLAB. CAD is nothing we don't see basically, because if I train them for 1 month, they can learn CAD. There is nothing wrong in that. It's quite easy for them. Any tool, it's quite easy. But beyond that is like engineering is something that CE, CFD or MATLAB is quite important at this point of time to get good basic. The general question that I'm doing engineering, like my pay is too low, my software friends are getting like 24 lakhs or even more than that, but mechanically I'm still at 18, 20, 25. But I believe that if they have a right, trained or they're focused on right technology, I think they can even get equally paid. In our company, we hire graduates. We've been doing campus hiring from the Daran Sagar, we did SRM University. We every year we do a campus hiring. We have about 400 employees working in our company, and we recently opened 4 to 5 showrooms, 3 in Bangalore and 2 more in other state, Goa and Vijayawada. We'll be opening few more in Kochi, Chennai and Hyderabad. We've been slightly slower. I think you might have seen Simple One Scooter, or you might have seen my colleagues people testing the vehicle somewhere here only, because we have a lab nearby. I think I travel very frequently to Thottapalam because our lab's there where we do extensive testing of the vehicle, and if mechanical people want to be there, want to look at the labs, I'm happy to call the students as well. It's not just mechanical, even electrical stuff we do, like we can have a factory visit as well. We have a huge factory. We produce about, at this point of time we are scaling up, so we are producing about 20 to 30 vehicles per day. But the goal is like we'll be producing about 500 scooters per day eventually by March. So we have a huge order books and all those things. Just startup in the sense, tough time will be there. We had quite tough time where we slowed down completely, and now we recently got funded and we are like ramping up super fast. So we want to be on the edge. I'm not sure that whether you know about Simple Energy or you might have seen the scooter. Simple Scooter is one of the highest range scooter in the market. I'm happy to say that when I say the scooter segment in the world is the highest range, what we claim by this which is one of the model. We have one more model which gives 151 range, which is almost equivalent to the other players. You might have known about Ather or Ola or something like that. But the Simple One is highest range, which gives about 212, which is like highest range at this point of time. And I think that's all from my side. I don't have any specific because I planned something else with that. So I thought like I'm seeing students here. I'm happy that I'm seeing quite senior than me. I don't have much to say. You'll be more knowledgeable person than me. This is what my sharing about what industry versus the education at this point of time, which personally I faced. As I mentioned, mechanical. I didn't get a job for 2 years. I struggled a lot, where my focus was very clear that I want to build something. And if I student were that I wanted to say this, because like I see some of the posts that you might have seen on YouTube or Instagram that successful people always say that focus is the key, right? I used to see that, okay, then it is quite easy. Probably if you're in that foot, you might have not felt that. But I personally felt that, I had key focus that I want to build something. I think I achieved that. I want to build furthermore. That is what the focus I'm giving at this point of time. So I think you can also tell this to a student, if you're very focused about anything, you can achieve that at any cost, whoever it is. I think focus is the key, I would say.
In honoring our research achievers for their remarkable dedication and innovation.
Engineers Day. So we have to remember Sir M. Vishwesvaraya. He was a researcher, engineer, educationalist, administrator and leader. Ethical values what he followed and the simplicity. As engineers we have to follow his footsteps. After the graduation, within 4 years or 5 years, he is able to innovate and also give 400 plus job opportunities as a right engineer. Again, he touched upon during his speech about the curriculum. As an autonomous institution, we have the flexibility, sir. Again, definitely, we are already framing the curriculum based on the industry requirements and also the requirements of the GCCs. So, definitely we will take more input from you, that too for electrical and mechanical, and my professors will interact with you, so for your advice regarding the curriculum. And also, he touched upon the innovation. So, we have to concentrate as a faculty members, we have to nurture our students to become an effective engineer. And I congratulate all the achievers in research, continue that. So please do that, involve the students in your research, produce more number of papers and get more amount of funding, and also motivate other faculty members to do that. I thank HOD, the faculty members of the Civil Engineering Department for organizing this particular event.
Once again, thank you all for being part of this special day. Let's continue to innovate, build a better future together. Thank you.